Okay, we're here with Buzz TV. We're doing something real special. We have PDP out of LA.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey guys, first thing, let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Dane Markinson. I play guitar.
Greg Harrison, guitar and vocals.
Kelly Tolliver, vocals.
Ro Batres, drums. Aldo Rodriguez, bass.
Now, we know a few of you guys come from the MI brand. Want to tell us a little about that real quick?
Field it, buds.
Yeah, Greg has been teaching there, I'd say, almost 10 years now. And he went there before that, and he was my teacher in 2006. Before that, though, I think Aldo and Ro were like around the same class.
Yeah.
Like,
We were all pretty much.
yeah, about 10 years ago or so. And
Early 2000s.
yeah, and then let's see. Basically, from there, these guys ended up meeting up, Ro and Greg, and started a band called Shreadzilla. Was Shreadzilla first?
Shreadzilla, yeah.
I'll let Greg finish up because he knows a little bit more about the history of it.
Yeah, so we started this band, Shreadzilla. It's like an instrumental shred band. It's like Jason Becker and Yngwie meets Pantera kind of thing.
Oh, very
and
cool.
And then we've been jamming over the years and shit. And then Aldo went to school with us as well, and just been teaching there.
Something heavier.
Yeah, we just wanted to do something fucking totally nuts. We used to censor ourselves a little bit, and PDP started with another guy, Maya Palmer. He's a buddy of ours as well. He was the original drummer. And Kelly is my old singer from Ohio, actually, in a band called Force. So he actually just joined our band and shit. So that's kind of how it all came together and all that.
Very cool. And so is this the first gig that you're doing with PDP, Kelly?
Yes, this is my first show.
You're going to like this.
How long have you been in Ohio?
All my life.
No, how long have you been in Vegas? Sorry.
Just got here.
About 6 hours.
Now, we heard about the Revolver tent. Seems like you guys are running the shredding class there. What's that all about?
That's like every year at Mayhem Festival we do guitar clinics, for Revolver Magazine and for Musicians Institute. So we go out and do that shit. We basically just take our 8 and 9 string guitars and go out there and just fucking melt people's faces. We play our record and shit and got a little PA and all that bullshit and hang out and talk about the school and just guitar in general, guitar questions and questions about the band, sell merch and all that. So.
Well, that's going to jump me down my list a little bit, but what is the deal with 8, 9 string guitars?
Just to do something ridiculous and extreme. Like I got a 10 string being made for me right now. Just something super ridiculous, we want to be able to have the register of like a violin and a piano.
Oh,
and
very
we're
good.
big Meshuggah fans as well as Pantera fans. So we're just kind of like trying to cover all the bases. So the new album's got like a lot of textural things too. Like Dane specializes in doing like a lot of melodic textural weird shit, so the 8 string's great for that.
See, myself, I play guitar synth, but that all came from a mutual friend, and that's old Rick Silva over there, and that got me into guitar synth. We're real good friends with Vinny, so it's like, if he was around, we'd definitely have him come out, but we'll turn you guys, turn Vinny onto your stuff. Now, something else, as I said, I'm a player, but there's people that probably don't get it. What is the big difference? 9 string, 8 string, 10 string, tuning, chord playing. Obviously, a G's not going to be the same with extra strings.
Right. Yeah. It's more about like how to mute the strings that you don't want to play. Like that's the harder part about the instrument. It's not necessarily like handling more strings and playing them. It's like keeping them quiet when you're only trying to play on a couple. Like we're basically playing a standard guitar, but the scale length is like a 30-inch scale. Our new Schecter guitars are 28-inch scale, so they're like super long scale length on the neck. So it's kind of, the frets are far apart, kind of like a bass. So the low strings are like bass. It's a low F sharp to high E. The 9 string is a low C sharp, like a 5-string bass up to high E.
Now,
and then a 10 string will be a low C sharp to high A, like a violin kind of deal.
Very cool. And it's funny because a lot of people I've been talking to are using Schecters again. Schecter's really coming back.
Yep.
And if you know a little about it, you guys might remember when they had, this would be Schecter Charvel, when they had a little shop off of Van Nuys Boulevard. It might be a little before your time.
Yeah,
somebody I know worked in a parts factory there. Now let's see, songwriting. When it comes to that, is this a group effort? Is there more of one person that directs the show? Could it be, let's say, Aldo, you come in with an idea and everyone, is it that sort of thing? How does this work with you guys?
Well, I think a lot starts with Ro having ideas, right?
Then, or somebody has an idea and we start from there, everybody throws in their input. you know, songwriting. Maybe Greg and I will get together one day, just throw ideas back and forth at each other, see what works, what doesn't, you know, that kind of thing.
Now, recording. I'm assuming you guys get a little bit of a deal at the home, so it helps you out with a lot more studio flexibility.
Yeah, Kelly's actually got a studio that I'm partners with, Heaviosity Studios, and we also have our own branch out in Burbank and in Hollywood as well. So we kind of all do it ourselves. We're all engineers, like we do all the recording ourselves. So we use Logic, Pro Tools, Sonar, and yeah, Superior Drummer, all that bullshit.
And tell me, let's hear about your studio. Where is it? Where can people find it? And
It's in Ohio, Clinton County. It's the East Coast branch of Heaviosity Studios, located in Wilmington, Ohio. You can find it online. Just get on PDP's site, and there should be a link there, I believe. I've posted it there before, but it's basically the same setup they have back here in Hollywood. We pretty much duplicated everything. It's the same setup at both venues, so that if, say, you started a project there, you could easily move over there, and we could finish it on that end, maybe if you happen to be traveling through, you know.
oh, no,
So
that's a great thing to have.
Yeah.
It really, really is being that flexible.
And we got Pro Tools, and we have Sonar, so I mean, we have that flexibility to bounce between all that software and Logic. So I mean, yeah, it's a nice facility at both places. The one in Hollywood's actually nicer than mine. It's a really nice setup they have there.
Cool, cool. Now, I know you're on Pandora. Where else could people just, let alone find in the site, hear you, find you, get some stuff, buy some music?
Yeah, we're all over iTunes. All the main sites, Big Cartel,
CD Baby.
Bandcamp, yeah, CD Baby. You can CM Distros, another one where with Century Media is where we like to send a lot of people. As far as just seeing what we're up to, pdpmusic.com, facebook.com/pdpmusic, and there's a bunch of other links that you could find like on our website or on Facebook.
Or just Google you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
YouTube us.
Yeah, YouTube works the best. We're the first thing that comes up.
We got a new video actually that we just released for the 4th track on our album entitled Mass Illusion. It's called Pile Driven. We'll be playing it tonight at the here at the Cheyenne Saloon.
And we want to get into that new CD. Tell us a little about it, what it took to get into it, what it's all about. Is there anything that we should know? And of course, we're shooting something in 3D, so you will see something off that album in 3D tonight.
Fuck yeah. Well, it basically started years ago. The album kind of started off with me and Ro. The lineup was different a few years ago, but me and Ro had been playing a bunch of songs together for years. And it kind of took off when he got in the band and he got in the band. It was like, it turned into, we just started getting kind of fucking nuts with shit. We're like, let's just write whatever we want to write and fuck what people think. Just make something really ruthless.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really what we did. And people really started responding a lot more than us trying to be like, well, people aren't going to want to hear fucking, you know, ridiculous sweet pick guitar solos and shit all the time. It's like, even though that's what everybody knows me for or whatever, but I used to censor myself a bit like that and try to keep everything short and sweet. And then me and Rose started getting fucking crazy. And then we were like, well, we should bring in another guitar player because I was the only guitar player. And then we got this guy on bass. And so now we do like a lot of virtuoso style stuff. And the album's theme is about people being hypnotized by social media and fucking politics and shit corrupting people's brains and all that. It's not literal necessarily, like the translation of the lyrics, but you can kind of interpret everything however you want. But yeah, it all kind of came together. We did guitars first, then we did drums and bass, or we did guitars and bass and then drums, I think. Something like that. Yeah. And then I had to do the vocals because our singer at the time just didn't deliver. So we had to let him go, so I had to learn how to sing. And then that's what you hear on the record.
And then we're going to hear something new because we're going to hear the new voice, and that's Kelly later on, which is nice. Now, just a quick question. Obviously, we have guitars with multiple strings. Did that ever get you to think, hey, maybe I want to start popping maybe a 5 or 6 string and do something a little crazy too?
Well, I do play with a 5.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's tuned a little bit fucked up, but it works. It's tuned a low B string, and then it's pretty much like tuned down a step and a half, and then dropping the 6th string. So it's B, F sharp, B, E, and A.
Oh, that's fun. I bet you have fun just trying to tune that every night in general.
So it's a whole step higher than the regular 4 string. It's fucked up.
Okay, now I'm going to come up with something just different. Each of you, I want to hear, give me 3 songs that no one would think is in your iPods, your music player or something? I mean, I could name some really wild stuff in my personal choices.
Christina Aguilera is beautiful. More?
Yeah, just give me 3 off, just out of the people would never think that PDP or someone from that's listening to this. Believe me, when you look at me, you go, B-Rad's got Patsy Cline on his iPod, and it's like, yeah, I got that in there too.
Let's see what else. I got some gangster rap like Eazy-E and
was a ringtone at one time. Then I got pulled over and didn't use that for a ringtone anymore.
and then let's see what else I got. Some Beatles, actually. A lot of Beatles tunes. I love the Beatles.
Nice, bro.
Wow, on mine, I'm kind of like you, man. You'd find the craziest thing on. I mean, you could even find soundtracks to show tunes, like I listen to everything. So it's, I mean, the list goes on and on for embarrassing shit on my iPod.
I'll do that. I have some of the first Aladdin cartoon movie soundtrack. And when you're rocking on a bus with guys and a whole new world comes up in your rotation, they do look at you funny. Kelly.
Black Gives Way to Blue, Alice in Chains, theme track to Top Gun, and Dreamweaver from Gary Wright.
Oh, nice.
Nothing I listen to would surprise anybody. Just all ruthless shit.
And what about you, Dane?
Probably Family from Noah Gunderson, The Decline, No Effects, and I don't know, Black Sandy Beaches from The Deer Hunter.
Cool. Okay, now let's just cover something real quick because everyone has them. And we see you guys are fortunate enough to really have a few endorsements. Who's endorsing you? Let's give them a shout.
Keach Clothing. Keach Clothing. They're fucking awesome. It's KeachClothing.com, actually, Keetch. Or is it just Keach.com now?
Keach Clothing.
KeachClothing.com. Yeah, they're fucking awesome. We should be wearing their shit right now. Is anybody? We will be.
I got my endorsee sponsor right here, Thrust Drums.
There you go, Thrust Drums.
We got the Line 6 amplification or effects or whatever. We use the pod. Carvin, Schecter Guitar Research, they just hooked us up with their new 8-string SLS Blackjack, which is kind of based off of our requests from their last series of guitars. Diodario strings, Planet Waves, cables, and plectrum or picks. What else? Soul Tone cymbals. Am I forgetting a bunch of shit?
How about the bass world?
Yeah, nothing so far yet.
How about anything you're interested in? Hint, hint, hint.
Well, I like Ibanez basses a lot, so.
Myself, I'm a big Ibanez fan. You know, I have a gem, so I do like their stuff.
Also, Ampeg, hint, hint.
There you go, Ampeg. You're gonna like these guys. We're giving another shout out. They're all from MI. We love MI. We're here with PDP. You're gonna see them later on. Thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate this thing.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.